Right now, live at 5, the leader of St. Luke's steps down. What we know so far and what this means for the hospital. Plus, we hear from Minnesota's governor on how the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted public safety and first responders' ability to respond to emergencies.
How a new commission could bring more voices to the city of Duluth.
And in City by City, we're getting a first look at the $20 million school facilities project in Ely.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from St. Luke's. We're learning of a major shakeup in the hospital's leadership. Meanwhile, Duluth is moving toward greater inclusivity with the creation of a new commission. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. St. Luke's Hospital's top leader has stepped down. In an email to St. Luke's staff this morning, the Vice Chair Board of Directors shared CEO and President Kevin Nuckolls had resigned from his position. Nuckolls had been with the Duluth Hospital for a little over a year, a tenure mostly marred by the COVID-19 pandemic. CBS3's John Cardinelli joins us live from outside of St. Luke's. John, what do we know so far about this resignation?
Kristen, Nuckolls' departure today from St. Luke's come without much explanation from St. Luke's spokespeople or even the board of directors. Nuckolls joined the hospital on the tail end of its multi-year $300 million expansion project, which, among other things, saw a new ER open up earlier this year. He also led St. Luke's through the pandemic. Earlier this year, the hospital reported layoffs, a number they didn't make public. They blamed that on decreased demand and financial losses from COVID-19. Today, Nuckolls and other St. Luke's spokespeople wouldn't comment on the resignation. However, the move comes the same day as the Duluth News-Tribune published a report citing multiple anonymous hospital staff members. They claim Nuckolls didn't allow more than 400 employees who had the capability to work from home to do so. Nuckolls refuted those claims to the Duluth News-Tribune, saying if employees wanted to work from home, they can and just need to contact their managers. Governor Tim Walz's current statewide order urges people to work from home if they can. And St. Luke's spokespeople did comment today and said that the current CFO and chief medical officer will step in and serve as co-CEO and president of St. Luke's for the time being, and that's expected to last until at least mid-2021.
All right, John Cardinelli in Duluth for us tonight. Thanks, John. And late word this evening, another Northland Hospital leader is stepping down. The president and CEO of Hibbing's Fairview Range is resigning. According to a statement from the hospital, Patrick Sharp's resignation takes effect in January. He's accepted a new position in Colorado. Sharp has served as the president and CEO since 2018. We're told the Fairview Range Board of Directors will work with the hospital's leadership team to find a new CEO. Essentia Health has a new way to track current and future COVID-19 data. The hospital announced a COVID-19 projections dashboard today. It features an interactive map of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota, comparing their case numbers and projections. The hospital hopes the tool will help the community understand the virus's impact and that social distancing and wearing a mask plays a role. We have a link to that on our website. As COVID continues to spread rapidly throughout Minnesota, it's having an impact on our first responders. Governor Tim Walz highlighted the effects it's having this afternoon. He said 20% of fire stations around the state have had a major COVID outbreak. Governor Walz added, in addition to firefighters, police officers and paramedics have been hit hard by the pandemic. Walz warned if outbreaks continue to take a toll on public safety departments, it could impact their ability to respond to emergencies. The state's Commissioner of Public Safety says it's an issue impacting the entire state, including the Duluth Police Department.
They've had 29 staff in quarantine up in Duluth, 14 confirmed COVID positive cases, and that he's had to basically take his department and put them on a 12-hour special schedule just to be able to make the minimum staffing requirements that he needs to be able to respond to police calls in Duluth.
Walz says the best way to protect first responders is follow current health guidelines, saying it's a moral hazard to go out without a mask on and attend large gatherings. Wisconsin's governor will give his third State of the State address virtually. It's scheduled for January 12th. Governor Tony Evers' office says the unprecedented move is due to the pandemic. Evers also announced today he plans to deliver his state budget address virtually on February 16th. Governors usually give both speeches in the state assembly chamber to a large gathering of state lawmakers. President Trump is pressing ahead with his legal fight to overturn the 2020 election, and he may be making plans to run again if it fails. With 7 weeks to go until he takes office, President-elect Biden is making plans to tackle the coronavirus. Skylar Henry reports from Wilmington, Delaware.
President-elect Joe Biden is keeping his transition team focused on the pandemic. Today, he took part in a virtual roundtable of small business owners. Members of the incoming Biden administration say they need to take urgent action to stabilize the economy. Currently, more than 10 million people are out of work in the U.S.
Right now, the full Congress should come together and pass a robust package for relief.
Congress remains deadlocked on an emergency coronavirus relief bill, something President-elect Biden has called crucial. President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris are working from here in Delaware ahead of Inauguration Day, now just 7 weeks away.
We love you, President!
President Trump has yet to concede the race to Mr. Biden and is still asking courts to overturn the result. At a White House Christmas party on Tuesday, the president hinted that he will run again if his legal efforts fail.
It's been an amazing 4 years. We're trying to do another 4 years. Otherwise, I'll see you in 4 years.
Tuesday, Attorney General William Barr said the Department of Justice has seen no evidence of voter fraud that would have changed the election's outcome. The White House downplayed that remark Wednesday, saying Barr was not commenting on President Trump's still pending civil court claims.
The Justice Department is investigating a scheme that allegedly sought to lobby White House officials to grant pardons to unnamed individuals. The DOJ says no current or past government officials are the target of the probe. Dave's here for a first look at the weather. Another chilly start out there, Dave.
Yeah, this morning began on a chilly note for a lot of indoor or inland places, especially in Minnesota, but that should be the last time for at least a little while. This morning's wake-up temps included 5 in Hibbing, 7 for Ely and Silver Bay, and 9 from Solon Springs to Hayward. But now, clouds have crept into our region as the first of our 3 high-pressure systems has moved away. The second one coming in has helped kick in a stable layer that's trapping a stratus deck over our region. And there was even a slight chance for a couple of snow showers tonight and peppered here and there tomorrow. But otherwise, those highs are going to keep us high and dry still. Now perhaps until next Tuesday. Our Tuesday chance for snow I was thinking about has now moved itself over towards Wednesday. But this Thursday's day planner says that it may be on the cloudier side tonight, but the winds should help chase away those clouds, and the second high makes it back to mostly sunny tomorrow with a high temp of 35 degrees. We'll talk about how long this persistent series of high-pressure cells will last coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, the search for a new police chief is on in Ashland. Plus, a new face in the fight of opioid addiction in the Northland. City by City is up next. And tonight at 6, the pandemic has taken a toll on a number of areas, especially the tourism industry. But there is relief on the way.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. Live Local CBS3.
Hi, I'm Steve Fitch, CEO and founder for Healthy Systems USA. We'd like to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays. If you want to lose weight for your New Year's resolution, choose Healthy Systems USA, the most amazing weight loss system available.
Arby's, 2 for $6. Every day, flame-seared, Greek-seasoned Euro meat. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Medicare isn't everyone's favorite thing to shop for, but with UCare, it might be worth a browse because right now, UCare is offering a $0 premium plan statewide. And unlike original Medicare, you also get prescription drugs, doctor visits, dental, hearing, and glasses. Fire off any questions to a decomplicator today. Hey, it's what we're here for. UCare, people-powered health plans.
I was picking the boys up after practice when they're like, can we get Quick Trip? Actually, that was my plan. What would Quick Trip's take-home meals being? As the Quick Trip lady says, freshly made and absolutely delicious. But opportunity knocked. I go, if you let Dad give you haircuts, and they say, deal. At Quick Trip, the boys are like spaghetti, chicken tenders, mac and cheese. After an easy dinner, it was time to pay the piper. Dad's like, who's next? A deal's a deal.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
Overweight may lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, a weakened immune system, and can make COVID-19 even more risky. At Healthy Systems USA, get your free weight loss consultation from the comfort of your own home. Call or go to healthysystemsusa.com.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Bayfield on this Wednesday evening. Dave will have your full forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. The search is on for a new police chief in Ashland, plus we're getting a better look at renovations to the school building in Ely. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. Starting things off in Ashland, where the city is on the search for a new police chief, a position they hope to fill by the end of the year. An outside consulting firm began meeting with representatives from the city and plans to begin interviewing candidates starting on December 7th. Now heading over to Hibbing, where the city has hired a social worker to help curb the rise in opioid use in the community. Angela Johnson will work as project coordinator for the Northern Minnesota Opioid Abuse Program. The program is federally funded and is tied to the Lake Superior Drug Task Force. The Minnesota Health Department reported 276 deaths in rural Minnesota last year. And finally, we'll end in Ely, where we're getting a more detailed first look at the proposed $20 million school facilities project. Earlier this year, we reported that voters approved the construction of a new facility that would connect the Washington and Memorial buildings. The new building would house a gymnasium, cafeteria, and media center. Part of the project's funding would also go to renovating the two existing buildings. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come, how Duluth is working to create a more inclusive community.
Normal high temp today is 27. We did make it to 31 here in the Twin Ports. A similar range of temperatures will be with us for just about a week ahead. And we did manage to create some clouds today. Will they kick up any precip, and how long will they stick around? We'll give you some theories on that coming up right after our break.
At iMart Express, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40. Using insurance? We accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. Glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at iMart Express.
Hard to rep. Easy to give. Check out the battery-powered AK Homeowner Series with sets starting at $199.95. Find something for everyone on your list. Find yours at SteelDealers.com.
A brand new season is here. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it get? Air hugs only, people.
You're the most beautiful pirate. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
I don't think any other year is ever going to be like 2020. I never thought that I would go through something like this ever in my life. This pandemic's not a isolated thing to our country or to our state or to our city. This is something that's affecting the world, and that just shows really how interconnected we all are. And I think that's why news is so important, because news is kind of like that lifeline to kind of bring that information out and bring us all together.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m.
It's starting to get cold outside. Northwest Outlet is the home of Carhartt Superior.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt this morning.
And the below average trend
Thanks so much for joining us. So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
So just a few minutes ago, Kristen mentioned the building of that new addition to the Ely school system and building a new media center. Well, this picture today comes from Ely School's old media center director, Dennis Jerome. He was a combat engineer in Vietnam in the late 70s, early 80s. He was the media guy at my school, and now he's a DJ in the Grand Rapids area, and that's where this picture comes from. Busy as a beaver. That poor beaver, though, you can see the lake there. There's the tree it chewed down, but it fell over a fence, and so now that poor beaver is high and dry, just like the ground in Grand Rapids. We don't have much snow around our region, and it seems pretty thin the farther west you go. And we don't have too many chances for fresh snow coming our way this week, thanks to a trio of high-pressure cells that will continue to dominate the sky, despite a couple hours of clouds here now today. We'll explain why those popped up in just a bit. But first, we pop up to the airport. Look at the current conditions there. It's 30, 75% relative humidity, west-northwest wind, 12 miles per hour, and 30.28 inches of mercury. For the air pressure, it's high again. So how did clouds form? Well, stable layers in the high-pressure systems trap moisture, and so those clouds are there until the wind chases them away. And with winds picking up tonight, odds are they'll be chased away by sunrise tomorrow. But cloudier and warmer than tonight. Warm, 36 in Watersmeet right now. 28 Ironwood's not so bad. And we have low 30s in much of northern Wisconsin, including 32s from Ashland to Solon Springs and Superior. And one can assume that Iron River's in the mix of that as well. 32 is also the current temp. For Moose Lake, we have 25 to 32 here for the North Shore, and upper 20s for many of the Iron Range communities here, border country as well. Low temps tonight now, thanks to that cloud cover out there, not in the single digits like Kristen woke up to this morning, but instead around 20 or so, and that's 20 above. Maybe in a month or two we could talk about 20 below, but not right now. So the clouds, here they are coming through. Stratus layer trapped in between two high pressure cells. The first of the three is leaving, the second is coming aboard, and that's going to kick up the winds as well as that transition takes place. And so for the most part it should stay dry, though there's a slight chance for some lake influenced flurries tomorrow popping up here and there, despite having a fairly clear sky. So I don't think they're going to add up to anything we can use snow fans. And now that threat or that hope for flurries we've been talking about for Tuesday has been backed up to Wednesday. And on a bright note, the odds of payoff have bumped up from 10% to 15%. But still, right now it looks like this system will go up and over our region rather than come right through. So it's going to be a pretty dry and fairly sunny period. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy over Minnesota with low temps 19 to 28. And in Wisconsin and Michigan, partly to mostly cloudy as well with low temps there, 23 to 25. For tomorrow, partly cloudy sky in Wisconsin and Michigan and highs 35 to 38, so that's warmer than normal. Mostly sunny in Minnesota from the high reasserting itself, chasing away the clouds. Highs 32 to 37, that's warmer than normal as well, because the normal is 27, and so we run a range this week of 30 to 37. Overnight low temps should stay in the 20s now that we get them. And maybe we get partial sunshine again on Saturday when the third high takes over. And then maybe by next Wednesday, there's our 15% chance for flurries. And that's about the best chance snow fans are going to see in the week ahead.
Funny how things come full circle. We're talking about the new possible construction of the school in Ely, and then you receive a picture from the former director of the media center there. It's all full circle.
Yeah, you know how we Iron Rangers roll. Hey, Kristen, we know every connection. Yeah, you're so-and-so's buddy. Yeah.
So true. Thanks, Dave. With many sports and activities on hold during the pandemic, Duluthians are finding new ways to stretch their legs. Disc golf has become a popular new option. Even with several inches of snow and sub-freezing temperatures, the new Anger Park disc golf course had plenty of flying frisbees today. Overall, the local disc golf community says 1,200 rounds were played across the city this season. That brought in $10,000. Disc golfer Tony Walter says most people only think of disc golf as a summertime sport, but he actually thinks it's easier with snow on the ground.
In some ways, disc golf is easier in the winter because instead of having a bunch of plants and brush to hide your disc, now it's just all open playing field. So as long as you're not throwing a white disc, they're pretty easy to find, and as long as you're, dressing warm, you should be fine.
He says he is relatively new to disc golf, and he loves how affordable it is. He says most courses in the Twin Ports are free to play, and he got his set of discs for just 20 bucks. A big move by the Duluth City Council could bring more diversity and voices to the table. Later this month, councilors will consider adding a new LGBTQ+ commission. CBS3's Emma Quinn explains why this would be a historic step for Duluth.
With the help of Outfront Minnesota, a Twin Cities-based LGBTQ organization, Duluth could see more diversity and voices at the table with the new commission. The Duluth City Council is set to consider forming a new group called the Non-Binary Queer, Trans, Two-Spirit, Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual Commission. If approved, the commission would help the city policy-making and community outreach. City officials said they are hoping to separate this commission from the newly established African Heritage Commission and Human Rights Commission as a way to give all groups a platform to speak.
With the last few years, there's been a lot of transition in our federal government and not a lot of support coming from there. So on a local level, we're wanting to make sure that Duluth is known as a community where all people are welcome.
If the commission is approved, city officials say they'll open up an application process to choose the members. City councilors are expected to hold a hearing on the proposed commission later on this month. They could vote shortly after that.
Members and supporters of Duluth's LGBTQ+ community shared their thoughts on the proposed commission. Emma Quinn tells their story tonight at 6. Still to come, Christmas tree sales are on the rise as people fight for a sense of normalcy this holiday season.
Hit the slopes this winter with alpine skis from Continental Ski and Bike. Come in and browse our massive selection of alpine skis, or let our highly skilled technicians tune up your current skis so you're all set for your next adventure.
Searching for the right health insurance plan is like, well, searching for a needle in a haystack. You don't even know where to begin. What?
Oh, here's another.
No.
Slightly lower deductible, and you can stay in your network. Plus, you qualify for financial help.
Okay, then.
At Minsure, you can compare plans, qualify for financial help, even get free assistance virtually or over the phone. When it comes to health insurance, be sure with Minsure.org.
Complying with national guidelines is made easy with the Cetus commercial touchless forehead thermometer. The instant read LCD digital display yields an accurate body temperature reading from 2 to 4 inches within half a second. From schools, offices, shops, and all other public places, keep yourself safe and compliant with a hands-free thermometer that's easy to install and easier to use. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. Safety is our top priority, so our workers are following all CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of both our customers and employees. Get your dream bathroom for $0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments till 2022. All of our products are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval and come with a lifetime warranty. For a free estimate, call us today or go online to book your appointment. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
It is the question that matters the most.
¿Dónde está?
That takes you behind the story.
Robert.
It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of this?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
that's news,
and our freedom fade. This is why.
local CBS3.
The pandemic has changed almost every aspect of life, and that has many leaning on an old tradition for a sense of normalcy. Nancy Chen reports.
Dad, look at this one.
The Myers family looked long and hard
that one
to find the perfect Christmas tree.
You guys good with this?
It's a scene playing out at tree sellers nationwide. Seems the pandemic has people getting into the holiday spirit.
How about this one right here?
People are also cooped up in their houses. They're looking for something they can do.
And that's leading to a boost in business.
We knew people were going to come out. We knew we would be busy, but we didn't know it was going to be this much of an increase.
In one survey, 21% of people said they were more likely to get a real tree this year after having an artificial tree last year or no tree at all.
And why is that?
Well, no doubt because of the stress of the pandemic.
Doug Hunley with the National Christmas Tree Association says the desire to decorate follows a trend seen all year.
The nation's garden centers just had their best year in decades. People gardening, landscaping, and we hope and think that it can lead right into a big decorating year with real trees, garlands, wreaths.
There's been scattered tree shortages in recent years because of the economy, fires, and drought. Sellers have some concern about supplies, but right now most are well stocked, giving the Myers family plenty of options.
This year's Christmas tree, this year's been a rough year, and you're going to bring us through Christmas.
Appreciation for a Christmas to remember during a year many would like to forget.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, nearly a third of Americans could be vaccinated by the end of February. But it comes with a warning. The next 3 months will be the most difficult in public health history. Plus, pardoning the president's kids, why the president and his top allies believe the president's children need a preemptive pardon. And when the pandemic hit, how one Olympian traded the soccer ball for a stethoscope. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of home. Join the All of Us research program to help improve health research and speed up medical breakthroughs. Visit essentialhealth.org/allofus to learn more.
Right now, millions of people and billions of devices are connected to the internet. Homes, businesses, hospitals, schools. The security and reliability of these connections are more important than ever. That's why at MediaCom, we've built a network to protect them. A network that sees threats, fixes problems before they occur, and keeps you going with 99.99% network reliability.
This holiday, for the person who means everything to you, give the gift that lasts forever. Forevermark. A diamond is forever.
Available at Security Jewelers.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Coming up tonight, the city of Duluth could be bringing more voices to the table.
Big action today was a couple of clouds popping up, but I think the sunshine is going to return again for Thursday. We'll talk about how long it'll stay dry.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3. Men's Wardrobe by Mainstream Fashions for Men. The annual Gift Givers sale is going on now through December 31st. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories, and we'll see what's coming up tonight at 6. St. Luke's Hospital's top leader has stepped down. In an email to St. Luke's staff this morning, the Vice Chair Board of Directors shared CEO and President Kevin Knuckles had resigned from his position. He had been with the Duluth Hospital for a little over a year, a tenure mostly marred by the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, a big move by the Duluth City Council could bring more diverse voices to the table. Later this month, councilors will consider adding a new LGBTQ+ commission. Members and supporters of Duluth's LGBTQ community shared their thoughts on the proposed commission. We'll hear their stories tonight at 6. And also coming up at 6, the pandemic has taken a toll on a number of areas, especially the tourism industry. But there is relief on the way for organizations across the state in the form of crisis grants. We're hearing from leaders with Explore Minnesota about why this money is so desperately needed. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next. We'll see you right back here at 6.